What's going on, guys? Just before we kick this video off, I want to say thanks to everybody that has been viewing my channel and subscribing, leaving their thoughts on the posts and everything. I greatly appreciate it. And I do try to respond to everybody that do leave comments. So if you do want to interact with me any type of way, you can leave a comment and I will get back to you as soon as possible. In this video today, the content that I was able to get, my phone did die while I was doing this haircut, so I wasn't able to get the full after. But the biggest objective of this haircut was to fix his beard. So as you see, like, he kind of got a super hard line with maybe like 2 inches of new growth right there on his beard. And I was just asking him, like, at different times of it, it's on mute though, but I was just asking him, like, how high did he want to keep it, or how much of it did he want me to go into? Because I guess the previous time he had gotten a haircut before me, he been to someone that had just tried to make it look sharp, super sharp, but he just wanted it to be super natural, to be honest. And then on top of that, I think we did like a mid taper. With this mid taper, we still wound up going a little bit lower and knocking some stuff down that didn't get captured on video. So it did still look way different, even though I know, like, there's certain points in it where it's like, okay, they got these hard lines in here. But nah, it still looked pretty good. And then I think I didn't even use any guides on this haircut. It's just straight blade work. I used the Oster Topaz and my wall, I think they're like the limited edition magic clips, maybe. And that's all I use on this haircut. Just as far as doing the taper and everything, because that area was so tight, I don't think that the guards would have been able to fit in those pockets like I wanted it to. This is just me knocking it down a little bit with those topaz, because it does keep it pretty long. So I just knock a little bit of those hairs down. And as you can see, this is, maybe I said 2, maybe I was giving it too much leeway, but it's probably like 3 inches worth of new growth right here that I'm trying to blend together. So the objective is to just try to make it look like it transitions into itself, but not to where it's like this, like with this super hard line. And I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I was really doing my thing, and I just couldn't really think about standing at a spot where the camera could capture me. It just wasn't on my mind. The hardest thing was just focus on getting him right, you know what I'm saying? And then this was my last cut of the day too, so like, those last cuts of the day, they just be like, all right, bro, let's get it done. I'm surprised I even decided to pull out my phone to record it. I ain't gonna lie to you, but as you can see, I kind of got that beard a little tight, a little tighter right there. And you see on the other side, I did the same thing. It looked way better than what it did before. So here, I'm just knocking out those edges. I did switch up my method a little bit right here, because I did think that me going in and do the edge up first would have been cool, but I kind of wanted to do something a little different. So first, I just applied the hot towel to kind of open up his pores a little bit, because his hair is super tough. And I didn't really want to tug on his skin too much. Even though I did tug on his skin and he said he didn't feel it, me personally, I feel like sometimes it'll just be a little too rough. So I just didn't want to, at any point in time, rough up his skin at all. So here I'm just opening up everything, trying to open it up first with the hot towel. I think I did at least 3 hot towels. I'm trying to open up his pores real fast. And then here I just went back in and do a little more detailing on those ends, connecting the beard and the taper together. I think the clipper over comb method is a very lucrative method if you pay attention to where you are. You know, you don't have to rush it. Some people, like, they might pick up the comb and just be like, you know, you don't even know what you're cutting over. Like, it's just, you just doing it because you're seeing somebody else do it. Nah, bro. When you're using the clipper over comb method, you lifting the comb to open up those like those hairs in between each teeth of the comb. And then you only want to cut it in the area where your guide is, where your hard line is. So you see where that hard line is right there? I want to keep my comb right on that hard edge and then clean it up just like that. So when I comb it back down, it look like it's flush with everything. So that's the trick to using the clipper over comb method. You don't want to just stick your comb in a bulky area and then try to clean it up. Nah, put your comb on your line and pull it 45 degrees away from your line, and then take your clippers and then clean it up a little bit. So now I'm just trying to make sure I get everything laid enough to where I can come back and give it a hard line so that it's not too different as far as transparency goes from where that beard lining was compared to where it is. This is one of my favorite things to do now, especially with my clippers, just cleaning up underneath the beard, because my trimmers are kind of sharp, and even though they don't bite, I think sometimes, they might like just touch you a little bit. So just to avoid all that, I like to go in with my clippers. I can either go in with them as if I'm doing like a regular edge up, straight down, and then just pull. And once I do that drag, it'll cut everything down super low. And then it's like once I do want to go in with my trimmers, it's just like I'm doing touch-up work at that point. So here, just trying to make sure I rough draft these lines a little bit before I do go in for the edge. Sometimes I do prefer to go in like straight on the edge up and nothing else with the razor. But here I wanted to make sure I found a super high spot and tried to mimic it on both sides before I actually did decide to go in with the razor. And you see the taper looking pretty neat. It's just everything had to flow in this haircut for me. And it started with the beard, you know what I'm saying? And that was the hardest part, like just bringing back the beard. And as you can see, like it's still kind of like a faint line down there. Just trying to soften it up as much as possible, I feel like was the biggest objective of mine. So now we're applying the shaving cream. This process allows me to go in and get that icy look. Just like, I don't know. I feel like it's only lather that does it. Like, it just gives it a certain look to where it doesn't just super dry, make the skin super dry, but it makes it just right. I can't really describe it outside of that. Just make it just right. So here I'm applying it everywhere I need it, because like I said, I didn't do the edge up yet. I wanted to wait for the lather process because I don't know what it is about like when you're doing the shaving part, but it's gonna help me lay all those hairs down a lot more, especially since he did get his hair done. I don't have a lot of space to work with, and I didn't want to use shaving gel, because if I use a shaving gel on there and then it just gets hard, he can't wash it afterwards and nothing like that, it would have kind of been pointless to have him have extra buildup for no reason. So I just wanted to make sure I cleaned his skin. And that's what the shaving cream does. It cleans the skin before the shave and helps you open up the pores along with the hot towel. So that's some more keys right there. And here, just trying to make sure I get that towel applied right on the edge and on all ends of it. And that's another reason why I like the shaving cream compared to the aloe shave, is because I can see where I'm going with it. Like that clear shave gel, you can't really see it. But with the white, it stands out perfectly fine. And I gave him a nice temple massage right here. Something slight, nothing too complicated, nothing like that. But just so I could make sure everything gets softened up pretty fast, you know what I'm saying? Especially while he's sitting there waiting. You know what I mean? I'm going to get him right regardless. So now we're going straight in with the razor. After we did go in with the trimmers before, but also after the shaving lather. And now you can see how hard that line hitting. Way harder than before. I can guarantee you that. It's hitting way harder than before. And I think that was the beauty of it. Like, just noticing whenever he first came in how much it wasn't there compared to after you go in and you debulk it and you try to blend it as much as possible, and how much it actually stands out at that point makes a big difference. Now you see that beard is looking tight. It looks like it's flowing together. I didn't want to just go into it too much and knock everything down to where it was like looking like it was just full around the chin strap. I still felt like this look was very natural. Excuse me. I felt like it was very natural, and it still kind of presented itself as if it was just full at the bottom and growing it at the top. I think it was a great look. And this is all that I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more content coming soon. Like, subscribe, and share. Until next time.